window starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Looking to throw right away is Watson. He's got a man, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big pickup of 38.
I think that typically we expect teams to save their home run plays for later in the game when they feel like they have an advantage over a defense. But in this case, they thought they had the advantage right away and took the shot on the first play of the game and completed it successfully.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. The Browns at 5-4 now on the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
So 3 plays, already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. Chubb is in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done, but they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone. And as a former defender, I can tell you, it hurts just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. And they'll run the option to start the drive. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. These two teams met in Baltimore, you might remember, earlier in the year with the Ravens winning that game. So they'll be looking for the win here in Cleveland to complete the season sweep. From the 22, Jackson. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. The York on now for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game. As Dobbins hit, and he fumbles. And this is picked up by the Browns. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear. Coaches say all of the time, one starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the run.
And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's second down. Another try after the first down sack. Watson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hunt. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Watson on first down. And that is taken in by Njoku. Touchdown! David Njoku, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Browns have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and they'll be left with second and a couple. Now it's Jackson. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. Now back to throw. They'll get this to Nwangu. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 44-yard line. A first carry here for Kene Nwangu. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Well, this defense for the Browns, they were very good in a victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Facing this big first-half deficit, they keep the field goal unit on the sideline. They're going for it. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. So the drive stays alive after the 4th down conversion. 1st and 10 inside the 30. From the gun, Jackson. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well, swarming.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. To throw is Watson. He's got Njoku over the middle. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. How about about this first quarter for them throwing the football?
This defense has zero answers for what they've seen so far with the ball in the air. I'm not sure how they're going to change things around, but offensively, I keep attacking. I keep throwing the football until they make me change.
On first down, it's Watson. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down. 21-0 our score after one. They go with Chubb on second down, and he gets it down to the 32. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Now a first down throw. Watson, nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Now on second and 16, Watson. And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 13-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. From the 13 now, they work on first and 10. From the red zone now, Watson. Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. A great play there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Browns are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point by York is up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on second and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. He's got a man complete. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
He's been a one-man dynamo on this drive so far, and you know the other receivers would love to get involved. But right now, his skill and his play has his team in a great position to put 6 points on the board.
And Jackson going to have the first down as he will get to the ground to avoid the contact. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, second and goal.
Hey, 25 the mic. We're going 25 the mic. Hey, check. You change it.
He'll try again. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Kene Nwangu. His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens are able to cut into that deficit. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now a 28-7 ball game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. They currently sit one game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. But, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, it depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
A gain of 3, second down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's third down. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. A leap, and he's got it. He got it. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. Defender was right there in his shorts. Is that one of those situations as a DB where you just tip your cap and say, nice catch?
Well, you're supposed to. But a true competitor, he's not tipping his cap at all. He's upset he still didn't make the play. If it's a 50-50 ball or a moment of truth, he's got to win more than his fair share of them as well.
Probably especially angry because if it was incomplete. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Deshaun Watson with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time. Now, Charles, remember they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Jackson from the shotgun. Escaping the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Jackson will throw again. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing the danger lurks while you're doing so, and there's your end result right there.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and that'll give them a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. Here's Watson. Eluding the pressure right. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Rashaan Evans. And the Ravens are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. I know it appeared he was saying, hey, give me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there.
Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open or is about to be open.
True.
So when you throw your hand up in the air and tell your quarterback, hey, I'm available, he's trusting that you are. In this case, he was not, and it turned into disaster for them.
Oh, yeah. Here we go again. Here we go again.
After the interception, here's Jackson. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
They started this drive with terrific field position, and it's going to get even better after that play. Had great options with where they started, so they decided to press their advantage, and it paid off.
Now Jackson. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. And the timeout comes in with 2 seconds remaining. So they can trot out the field goal unit for the try before we hit the lockers. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. And that is incomplete. So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. Here comes the return from the very back of the end zone. And he's going to be out of bounds here as the run back will leave him shy of the 20-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is...
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 55 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Jackson. And it's caught. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews from 6 yards away. And the Ravens are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Watson. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. It's a gain of 35. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Watson now to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point by York is up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 41. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. This pass complete. Jackson finding Andrews.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. Now Jackson. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
We got trips over here. Trips over here. Let's overload. Here we go. I got it.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted.
Picked off by Greg Newsome.
Down the numbers. There he goes. The 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown.
The York now for the extra point.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
3rd and 2. Here's Jackson.
Drops this off into Wangu.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That's good for a Raven 1st down, 15 yards there.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He's going to have the hook up to Ross.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Out to his left.
Open man downfield. It's Ross. He's got him.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And the Ravens are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. They'll look to run with Nwangu. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. On 2nd and goal, Jackson. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that. And
he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
Kene Nwangu
with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year.
And the Ravens are able to at least get 1 score back. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Watson.
Quick throw, and he's got Amari Cooper. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Watson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jakeem Grant. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Browns are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by York is up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result had he opted for the touchback.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Yet again, targeting and finding Mark Andrews.
And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Jackson going to throw quickly here, complete. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
The Ravens on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by John Johnson. And the Browns are going to get the football back at their own 17. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Back to throw, Watson. And that one going to come up short. Low throw. Up big here in the 4th quarter. Up really big. That pass and incompletion. I don't think they needed the completion, but, Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points. But they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
2nd and 8 coming up. They go play action with Jackson. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. Now, 4th quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Again, Jackson. And this is caught inside the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Here's Jackson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead drops from 34 down to 27. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Takes it at the 7. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Browns drive about to get started.
Well, we've reached the stage where it's a mere formality at this point. They've got the comfortable lead. We know what the outcome is going to be. I guess the only question is, do they want to put more points on the board before the final gun?
Well, I certainly hope not. And I'm being selfish here because you and I have flights to catch. Let's go ahead and finish this one off, guys. You've taken care of business. Let's close it out. And you and I, let's get to the airport.
A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Now it's Watson. Flushed out right. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first. They'll set up to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Brian Burns, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Throwing on 2nd and long. Watson eluding the pressure right. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
And here's a diving catch made behind the line of scrimmage. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away.
And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this.
Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down.
Check, Mike 42. All day, baby, all day.
Now it's Jackson. He finds the speedster Ross. That's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Well, this has certainly turned into a showcase game for what he can do on the ground because they're just continuing to give him chances to run it, and he's earning every additional carry by putting up positive yardage on each run.
From the 27, Jackson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns 16. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Touchdown! John Ross, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Ravens get a bit closer. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead now down to 20. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. He's got him in, complete. And all the way in, touchdown, Cleveland. Kareem Hunt, 75 yards. And the Browns are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Second and 10. Here's Jackson again. He finds Ross. Right side. It's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. They go play action now. Jackson buying time to his left.
Open man downfield is Duvernay.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And Jackson throwing once more. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Browns are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Throwing now, Watson. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. He's got a man, complete. And he takes it in for the...